Hey everybody, Bearded Fortech here. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. I had to do a valve body in a 2014 F450 6.7 Powerstroke. This one has the 6R140 6-speed transmission in it. You can be sitting at a light and it'll shift second, third, second, fourth, fifth, first, just by sitting there. And that's a valve body. So I drop the pan, drain the fluid out, drop the pan, remove the filter, and you know, all the fluid comes out of the valve body and all that stuff. Take the valve body down and put the new valve body in. Make sure all the connections are made, the electrical connections for the shift solenoids, and I'll show you those here in a minute. Put the new filter in, put the new gasket and the pan on, fill it with 10.5 quarts of fluid, I think it is. Go use the IDS, and I put in the new shift strategy solenoid. It's a 13-digit number, so for the valve body, so it knows shift strategy basically. And go through all the gears, let some of the fluid pump through there, and then I go to back this thing off the lift and it won't move. It's like it's in neutral. I was like, well, that's weird. Drive, nothing. It's not going anywhere. And I'm like, huh, let me look at the temperature. Temperature is just a constant 80 degrees. It's not moving. I'm like, it should be getting warm by now. So let me show you what was going on. The valve body, or as Ford calls it, the main control. I'm just going to kind of flip this over so you can kind of half-ass see what's going on here. Alright, this is the temperature sensor. These are all your shift solenoids. There's a wire harness that plugs into this. This is facing you when you pull the pan off. This is where the transmission filter goes. Okay, so it screws up inside here, or excuse me, it sits up inside here, and then it has a bolt, and oh, excuse me, that's what holds the pan on. Anyway, there's 3 bolts that hold it in. This is your manual lever, and what this does, it's like a plunger. See it coming out the end right there? This allows fluid to come through here. There's a arm that connects to this, to the transmission when you put it in. You know, it sits like this. When you put it in drive, you may pull it out this way or whatever. This is just going to allow fluid flow. Okay. These are what open and close, these solenoids that allow fluid to flow inside this valve body. So if you look on the other side where that hole was, right here, this is where the filter goes. Right on the other side of that, it's this hole right here. Okay. There's a black gasket that goes in here. There is another gasket that has an O-ring on top of it that goes in here. Both of them are hard plastic. I think I got the other one laying over here. Take a look at DPF. Yeah. Right here. That one sits inside there. There's another one it's like a tan color and it has a black O-ring on top of it. So this sits up against the bottom of the transmission. I put everything back together, and when I told you it wouldn't move, I was like, well, everything's plugged in. Let me pull this thing down and make sure all my gaskets are there. This one was here. This one was not. So fluid was coming up through the filter and literally escaping between here and running back down. When I pulled the new filter out of the new valve body, nothing came out of this. There was basically nothing in it. It was just coming in and going out, coming in and going out. So I had to use this one out of here. Like I said, it's just a piece of hard plastic with a rubber O-ring. The O-ring was fine. Put it in on that one over there. Put everything back up inside the transmission. Put the gasket on, put the pan on, 10.5 quarts of new fluid, and it shifts like a dream now. So that is my fault, because this thing needed to be done in a hurry. I didn't check to see if this gasket O-ring was here. It's just a piece of plastic one like this, but it's tan, and then it'll have an O-ring on top. Obviously you can't put that one in there, it's too small. But I found the problem, took the one out of here, I compared, I literally took it out of the truck again and brought it over here. I was like, okay, so all this is still here. This one's missing. This one's in the old one. Let me take the old one out, put it in, and put everything back together. So everything works now. It's all good to go. This is a core. It's going to go back. So, like I said, my fault. I did not check to see if that gasket was there. I zipped it back up, programmed the throttle body, and that is just one step that could have saved me if I would have just took the time to see if it was there. My fault. But it is there now. It is back in. It is programmed. It's got fluid in it, and it shifts like a dream now. So, hope you guys learned something about a control body or main control body. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.